Hello everyone, welcome to the channel and also welcome to 2023. I go by the Blue Light Oracle, and in today's reading I wanted to do a reading, especially being that it's a new year, new month, a reading from your heart. So what message does your heart have for you? So today we're going to be choosing with this deck here. This is the Keepers of the Light. Got pile 1. Pile 2. One. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards and see what we have today. I'll just move these here. Okay, so for pile 1, you have Lord Shiva with Transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Okay, so for pile 2, you have Joan of Arc with Voice of Truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. For pile number 3, you have Sanat Kumara with Light Activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. And for pile number 4, you have the Holy Spirit with Expect Miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So some very powerful cards coming through here today. So we've got pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just below will be the description. You can skip straight ahead to your video. What I'll do is I'll do the shuffling process next, but I'll give you some time to think about which pile or piles call to you. Take your time and feel free to jump ahead to your video. Hello everyone, welcome to the shuffling portion of the video. So, I'm going to start shuffling the cards. Yeah, very interesting cards that have come out right now. Holy Spirit, Lord Shiva, Sanat Kumara, Joan of Arc. They're all very strong messages. We've got messages of transcendence, voice of voice of truth, light activation, and expect miracles. So very nice messages. Also strong symbols when it comes to Christianity, the Holy Trinity in general, with all religions, however that's portrayed, and also Hinduism with Lord Shiva, and Sanat Kumara is a really interesting character as well. I need to look up Sanat a lot more. I remember Joan of Arc when I was quite young, watching a story about her, just a movie, and it was just very compelling. So it's so interesting that now I'm much older and she's part of like Ascended Masters groups and gets called upon for particular styles of assistance. It's really interesting. I thought a message from your heart to you. They're generally a lot softer but more impactful, if that makes sense, than sometimes your guides can be, because your heart really knows what will, it's not really what will get to you. They know how to get through to you, if that makes sense. So a message for pile 1, 2, 3, and 4's heart. I feel like this one is also a good question to ask your tarot if you read tarot as well. Just ask for a message from your heart. Can be quite revealing. Or even ask your tarot reader if you want a more specific, more specialized to you. Okay, these two want to come out. We're going to do 2 of these cards each. They're quite big for tarot. I do hope everyone's having a good 2023 so far. It's only a few days in, but sometimes it's good to reflect on how far you've come from the last year into this new year, or even just a year ago. Even with people doing photos of, how they used to look, it's also a good time to reflect on how far your journey has come along too, not just your physical appearance. Okay, so that is the end of shuffling. So feel free to jump ahead to your reading. The description below will have all the specific details. Thank you very much for being here. Excuse me, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. So you've chosen today Lord Shiva with Transcendence. Very big card to come out straight away, so we'll see how this relates to your reading today. Okay. Start with the oracle first. So you have Sapphire with channeled wisdom, psychic abilities, self-expression, and destiny. Such powerful energy coming from both cards, or messages coming from both cards. You also have Green Tara with the message of enlightenment, protection, and liberation. You also have Action. This feels straight away very strong in regards to what you are going to be doing this year, potentially. The message from your heart is taking action in regards to your calling, your truth, your destiny. You're protected while you do this. Also, liberation coming through. Maybe a big change. Doesn't have to be liberating yourself exactly, but it could be just starting to do what you really are called to do. You have the Fool, just reiterating pile number 1. What I just said, starting to do what you need to do, or what you're called to do, what you want to do. You have the Knight of Cups. You have the Emperor with Archangel Michael here. Also talking about logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation, accept a leadership role, structure and discipline. This is so nice under the Fool, because the Fool's about taking the leap of faith, the risk, but this is talking about being organized. Well, being logical and organized will increase your success. Wow, and you also have the Empress with Gabrielle. Sorry, almost forgot. Archangel Gabrielle. So the message here is time to take action, give birth to your dreams. Creative projects will be very successful, abundance and prosperity. I don't know what to say about this pile number 1. It's so strong with its message. I was seeing if there was anything else I can glean from with what is already here. And it's so clear. The dance of the universe, rise up, honor your inner force, your destiny. It sounds a little, fantastic kind of thing, like fantasy almost, but it's not. It doesn't have to be anything out of this world. It's just about stepping into your true calling. Message from your heart is telling you it's time. Also, a little bit here with this Knight of Cups, I do have to say, is kind of saying, if this is about a romance or a finding a soulmate, soul partner, someone who you can have a relationship or a strong connection with, whether that's romantic or not, this is the time to step into that. Liberation is just standing out a lot in this, and it's almost right in the middle of all the cards. It's about expressing yourself, showing who you really are. Stepping into your power, no matter what that is, whether that's something more earthbound, whether that's artistic, passionate, whether that is about expanding your abilities in faith or spirituality, I want to say. It's time to take that step and go for it. Go for what you love, what you're passionate about, what you really want to do, which is very heartfelt and very typical of your heart coming through with these kind of messages, but it's just so strong, especially with the Emperor and Empress. There's something there that is so pivotal and personal to you. This might be like a huge opening of who you are and showing yourself that you can be yourself in public, you can be yourself in the world, yourself in your job, whatever you want to do. It's just very open, and this is kind of the start. You can kind of tap into the energy of the collective in some way and start to see that, other people can do it. Doesn't mean you're going to compare yourself or anything like that. It's more of like other people are doing it. They've got this high energy of confidence. I can tap into that and start doing what I want to too. It is, of course, saying make sure you are prepared. You've looked at the solutions or options or opportunities, and you're going with the one that calls to your heart, not the one that may be the most beneficial in, say, monetary gain or in whatever. It's going to be one that makes you happy, that's going to help you be successful, to be happy, to flourish, for abundance, that kind of thing. It's for your dreams, I want to say. This one's talking about giving birth to dreams. It's also saying the action is now. You are protected with this action. Don't let this clouds or the storm or the things that are happening around you stop you from stepping out into the light and shining, because that's how you can help yourself, and that's also how people will see you so that they can help themselves as well. I do feel like whatever you're doing, other people may have thought about as well. Something similar, or there's just some kind of following. I'm not too sure exactly what it is, but there's other people out there that have the same mindset, and if they see you're doing it, they think, okay, I can do this as well. Trying to see if I can see anything in regards to what this is. Alright, so let's see if we can get a message as to what this is exactly in regards to. Okay, let's see what these cards here. So you have the World, you have the Ace of Swords, and you have the Ten of Pentacles. So my intention was to read these upright. And with this, it's about financial security. It's like you have an idea here. You've kind of done the work. Whatever this is, you've done the work and you've completed it. You've finished it. So while I think in some ways it's great to complete and a little bit of it was reversed, it's kind of like wanting to stick in the celebration mode or kind of stick into this, good, I've done what I needed to do. It's time to start the next part of this journey. Play on with this, keep going, and start that next path. This is about new ideas coming into fruition or starting something new. And this is all about family protection in some sense, but also about wealth and abundance. We've got the like holiday kind of mood going on here, going on a trip of some sort. Actually, all these could be travel in some sense. Just the way the world is standing out there as well. And obviously we have a path here and a holiday looking destination. So very interesting. But that is exactly what I see for you, pile number one. So very kind of quick message, but this is so clear. That's why I was taking a bit of time at the start. I was like, But yeah, this is it. It's following your heart, your destiny. So your heart message is literally what you love doing, what you enjoy doing is kind of the message they're coming through with. So thank you very much for being here today. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the reading, and also subscribe so you don't miss any of the content. Otherwise, take care of yourself. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, pile number two. So you've chosen today Joan of Arc with a Voice of Truth. So very interesting card, very powerful character too, not just in this deck, but in her life. So we'll have a look at your oracle cards first. So you have Celestite with communicating with angels, tranquility, good fortune, and deep meditation. You also have Saint Therese with simplicity, devotion, and empathy. I like this because it's talking about speaking your truth from a place of love. This is where your heart's coming from. It's a place of your truth, but also to assist, not to belittle or be over the top of. It's to be there for yourself, but also to help others in some sense. You also have pleasure. You have the Eight of Wands. You have the Seven of Wands. This is a great card. This is almost the same in my mind as Joan of Arc coming through with Voice of Truth. I was going to say speak your truth, but same kind of message. Voice your truth with the Seven, which is traditionally about being on the higher ground and having to stand up for yourself. And it's almost like, because sometimes it looks like they're fighting, but it's also about like debating and getting your message across as well. So you have the Queen of Swords. It's almost like you've got the intelligence, you've got the knowledge, the wisdom to pursue this, but you have to stand up for yourself, stand strong. Well, you've got the Six of Fire, which has the message of victory with Archangel Uriel. Wise choices that bring public recognition and success, promotions, awards, or scholarships. Wow. And you've also got the Magician with Raziel. Magic is alive in your life. What you need to be successful will manifest. If you believe it, you can do it. So what a nice message from your heart, exactly. I mean, we could see this with Voice of Truth. She's such a strong character, Joan of Arc, that even though she might have been illiterate when she was in custody, she spoke so eloquently. There was clearly something there that she was tapping into where she could speak like almost, I wouldn't say perfectly, but she could speak clearly, concisely, and to the point where the traps that the prosecution were trying to set for her did not work. They were still able to get their, let's say, win in the end, but the writing and the messages and the way she held herself was still recorded in history. So what do I see exactly? We've got some movement going through. We've got, it's time to start taking action, taking in, like doing it. It's almost doing it in a simplistic way with Saint Therese, very minimalist or very quiet, confident. That's how it's kind of feeling. It's going to push you into some kind of spotlight and maybe show that there's other people that might have something to say against this. Maybe this is friends, family, or just random people on the internet, let's say. But you know who you are. You're starting to stand into your power. And I feel like if you don't, if there's, I mean, not that if you don't, but if you decide to maybe minimize yourself, you're going to be holding back your own power and wisdom and intelligence. But you've got, like, this is about intellect and sharing, kind of, not really sharing intellect, but it's intelligent wisdom, mystical kind of person. Then we've got the magician, who is the active. So with the Eight of Wands as well, it's about movement back on track or movement forward in some sense. But just know this effort will not be just for a challenge or just to push you. It's also to bring you to your happiest kind of area, because maybe with the pleasure card, just it comes from such a dull, let's say. It doesn't mean dark or negative. It's just like a plain existence, like a basic almost, and going through the gateway to a whole new awakening, a whole new area of the world or path in your journey, I want to say. Because even with the simplicity, simplicity from Saint Therese and also, or Teresa, I'm probably saying that wrong, I'm not too sure, I have a look it up later. Celestite here with deep meditation and tranquility. It's being mindful and taking the time, giving yourself the space to go within, to get that understanding of how you want to show yourself, how you want to broadcast your voice, your opinions, your art, whatever that is, your work, something in relationships, how you want to mold it. Even if it doesn't work out, it feels like you'll feel better from expressing yourself regardless of what the outcome is, because you've taken that step instead of quietly seething or quietly just ignoring it and going with the flow. It's about bringing happiness and pleasure into your life, I want to say. I do like here public recognition, or just some kind of recognition, and then promotion of awards or scholarships. So if you are applying for kind of scholarships, that kind of thing, or thinking about it, or thinking about studying, because we're coming up to like a new year, take heart from your heart that they are saying, you know, go for it. There's victory in here. There's success in some form in here. It's time to start elevating and pushing yourself in some sense, because you've got a lot to offer from the Queen and the Magician coming through. If you like whatever this is from your heart, it's personal and you know exactly what it is about. It doesn't have to be such a big grand thing. It can be something small, something little, let's say, something nice to add into your life that will be like the foundation. It's a strong foundation, so whatever you want to do in the future can build on that. And I feel like that's the main message to take away, is to really stand in your power, stand up for yourself, stand strong. Don't let the naysayers or people stop you from doing what you believe is right. So even if that's going back to school after not being at university, or high college or whatever it is, some kind of study because you thought you were either too old or you don't feel like you have the ability to do it. I'm saying you do have the ability. That's definitely not in question to be able to learn these skills and tasks. And it could even be doing something that for some of you that will maybe is going against what you believe or feel it's going against your faith or religion. I want to say you can have your own faith or spiritual experiences in your life. Instead of following another person's, you can have your own and see how they compare to people past in the past. If they have passed or if they're still around, and find your own truth in that and find your own path and your own way. It's a very interesting reading. And that's exactly what I see for you today, pile number 2. So very interesting. I feel like there's a message coming through that I kind of blanked out a little bit near the end of the reading, but take heart that whatever you want to do with regards to this, that's about standing in your power, standing strong. Once you have got exactly what you want to do and you know how to do it, start applying, start pushing, or start creating whatever this is in your life, because you have the energy and power to be able to do this, the intelligence, the wisdom to improve, and don't feel afraid to stand up when you are clearly on the higher ground. I mean, this is your life after all. So thank you for being here. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. Otherwise, take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Hi, pile number 3. So interesting, you've chosen Sanat Kumara, the light activation card. Shine your light, your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. This is a message from your heart. And it's just such a nice card because it's like feels like one of the stronger cards, even though they were all very powerful piles to pick from today. But just in the deck, this one is Shine Your Light is from the darkness and really pushing through. This is a strong kind of, not really a fight, but a standing strong kind of card. So we'll see how this relates to your reading today. But it is one of my favorite cards in this deck. So this is so interesting. You got clear quartz with psychic abilities, enhanced intuition, mental clarity, and magnified energy. Magnified energy with clear quartz is how I really feel about clear quartz. It's about really shining your light. And we've got right under light activation, so it's like tenfold. It's like pushing through, or we'll see what the cards say, but it's like pushing through, but not just pushing through. It's like 10 times. It's like really getting yourself into the position you want to be. So you have Jalungal. This is also a representation of the rainbow serpent in mythology or tradition for Aboriginal people of Australia. So this has the message of life stages, transition, coming of age. Big transition, big change. You also have illumination. Illumination with Sanat. Can't make this up. Can't make this stuff up. Right next to, especially with clear quartz, it's like, yeah, it's like from the darkness. This illumination's coming out of like a mist. Like something becoming very clear of what you want to do. And you have happiness. This is great. This is exactly what I believe all people should be striving for is ultimately happiness, not for wealth. I mean, you can want this, of course, but I feel like this is one of the most important ones, personally, how I see things. If people strive for happiness, that's where I feel like they are going to be at their best, regardless of how much money, how much houses, how nicer shoes they have, or purse, whatever, clothes, whatever. Happiness and being happy with where you are and who you are is super important. So this is a very interesting message. I knew Sanat was going to come through with something big. Okay, so you have the King of Swords. You also have the Queen of Pentacles. This is so interesting. You have the Page of Air, who also is the Page of Swords, with a message of logical, perceptive, insightful, and blunt. An exciting intellectual challenge, brilliant insights, information that you need but might be challenging to receive. Review all documents very carefully. And you also have the Hermit. Look at this. We're talking about a message from your heart. I know it's coming from a light, from the lamp, sorry, but it's just very close to the heart space and literally is shining your light. So many cards are like uncovering your inner light, I want to say. So this is the Hermit, which is one of mine because I am Virgo Sun. So it's kind of touches on a lot of where I am. So this talks about time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor. Self-discovery. So what do I see for you, pile number one? I see happiness at the center of your reading, along with the page. You've got so much wisdom I can see here with the King of Swords. But while you're also an intelligent person, there's so many poppies. So it's like you have so many ideas or dreams that you want to pursue. With the Queen as well, there's so much giving and abundance in your future, I feel. There's like a message here, transformation. You've got the lunar moth in them and at the top there, and butterflies here as well. Talking about shifting, changing, transformation. And of course, the Jalongal card with transformation written right there. I will say the message from your heart, I feel like, is know that you have happiness is your future. Happiness is your goal. You are an intelligent person, clearly. You have enough skill. Whether this is like intellect from school or street smarts or just smarts in how to live your life well, it's time to come out of your shadow or from the past. You're not your... Whatever's happened in your past doesn't have to be who you are. You don't have to live your path. You can clear your past. You can clear your past. You can look at your past and see how far you've come to get to here, but you don't have to continually relive your past. If you need time to go through it and go within to really ask yourself what makes you happy, because I feel like illumination isn't just things coming together and understanding. It's from the work you've done, taking the time to reflect, taking the time to go within, and then striving forward, knowing what is going to make you happy. This is like the transformation will come here from the work that you do, and you're destined to have, be a giving, caring person and share that wealth of knowledge. Maybe it is wealth, maybe it is knowledge, maybe it is abundance in some sense to your friends, family, whoever you're teaching, if that's relevant to you. But first of all, we have to go within to find out what really does make us happy. Find that mental clarity. The clear quartz feels like it activates, or like it with the light activation, once you're getting out of this darkness. Some of you may have gone through some challenges last year, or just in general in life so far to get to where you are now. And the clear quartz is going to amplify that hardship into whatever you want to make of it. This is up to you. I can't see exactly what this might be, what you might be wanting to do. I think I'm going to pull some cards. So some of these are reversed. My intention is to read them all upright. So I just want to see exactly, if anything, what is this idea or what will help pile number 3 start this illumination or uncovering so they can shine their light. I don't know what this is, but this one wants to come out. I'm going to take these two. Okay. So you have the Knight of Pentacles. You also have the Knight of Swords. So many court cards coming out for you. Yeah, so many court cards. And you also have the Page of Pentacles. So, looks like the knight, this particular knight, is off the horse. So they're considering what they want to do. They're taking some time to plan and then move forward. But it's not like they just plan and then move forward. It's like plan and go for it. This is about swiftness. This is a very quick card, the Knight of Swords. It's about having an idea, wanting to do that, and starting to actually go forward straight away. Here from the ideas, like this is the slower knight, and then it picks up speed, and then it keeps going. It keeps going. And maybe that's in regards to some kind of learning. It doesn't have to be, but it's something to do with finances. So it's getting your financial security and starting that. So this could be for some of you or a lot of you what this reading is all about. But you will know. Take some time to go within with the Hermit here. Base it, have the intention to find out or ask yourself, if you don't know already, what makes you happy? I feel like for some of you, we might already be doing the job or what you want that brings you happiness in your life. There's something there that can be amplified with the Quartz card. There's something that can be magnituded. You can have more, let's say. You deserve more abundance in your life. So if that's available to you, there's an opportunity here. Your heart's kind of saying to do this if this is what calls you. And that's exactly what I see for your reading today. So thank you very much for getting a reading today, pile number 3. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed and subscribe so you don't miss any more content. Otherwise, take care of yourself. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hi, pile number 4. So you've chosen today the Holy Spirit with Expect Miracles. So kind of a big card coming through with regards to changing your mindset or ideas potentially. This talks about, remember, only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So we'll see how this comes through with regards to a message from your heart. Very nice. So you've got the titanium rainbow quartz, which has the awakening all chakras, ultimate manifestation, vibrancy, and powerful shift. So very strong card as well with the strong. You also have the Black Madonna with the message Cosmic Mother, the beginning, and the void. So the Black Madonna is interesting because reading from the book earlier, it talks about how there were black or darker figures, dark-skinned figures in churches, and sometimes they would say, oh, that's because the church was burnt or something like that, and that kind of made the image darker. But to be honest, where they came from in the world, they don't generally have lighter skin, but it's just talking about strength, especially Cosmic Mother, the beginning. So it's like a new idea or starting something brand new. Stepping out of the shadow as well, I feel like. This, even though the Holy Spirit Expect Miracles sounds great, it's also about dealing with hardship as well in some sense. Something that's kept you held back in some way. But clearly now it's about taking those steps to start a new story, shift your perception of yourself and where you are and who you are. Exactly, so you have fulfillment with her big peach here. So this is about abundance and actually feeling whole, I want to say. So you have the Five of Pentacles. You also have the Ten of Cups. This is a fun Ten of Cups because it has like a huge tree here. There's the little fireflies or lightning bugs, which is about your guides. I feel like in here we have bats. We have all the animals that are in this particular deck. So very nice. You also have the Lovers card. And you have the Eight of Water, or the Eight of Cups. This talks about the need to move on, seeking more from life than what you're experiencing. That is very clear with this. There's something here that's like held back or just minimized in some sense. You also have choosing to make a big life changes, a change in priorities, leaving home. So this one is kind of like, it always gives me that idea of moving out of home after finishing high school and, you know, starting your adult life. It doesn't have to be exactly that, but it can have that kind of feeling like, you know, a new beginning. It can be scary, of course, because you're leaving all your cups behind. You're only taking what you have or what you can. So it can be scary. I also didn't read the Lovers. So this talks about embrace true love and deep, intimate friendships, make choices from the heart, vibrant health, or recovery from an illness. And so the two archangels here are Jeremiel and Raphael. Just interesting too, the song playing at the moment when I just finished putting down the last cards is Alan Walker's Alone, if you want to look up the lyrics on that as well. So it's just interesting because there is something here to say about this. While we've got the Five of Pentacles, which can kind of have that flat feeling or not having that fulfillment, not getting this from either maybe a relationship with maybe a romantic relationship, but maybe also a relationship with family, relationship with friends, relationship with yourself as well, caring about yourself. There's some kind of, something's not being fulfilling you. Something is not filling your cup, let's say. And with the Ten of Cups, you deserve that. So you can strive for this to get to this place with whatever connection this is in regards to. Maybe it's not exactly something that's so low. It's more of like how these little chrysalises are in this little caterpillar here, because they're all up here transforming and you're feeling left behind in some way. Never compare yourself to others, of course, and I don't feel like this one is, but it's just saying now might be your time to start that transformation if you feel ready. There's so much strength here with the Black Madonna, and having fulfillment, you deserve that kind of fulfillment in your life. So if you need to go on a journey on your own beginning, on your own new beginning, then your heart's coming through loud and clear to start doing that. You've got powerful shift and vibrancy. There's something about you that's, you know, you shouldn't dull yourself for anyone, especially for yourself, because we are our harshest and hardest, I guess, critics. Ultimate manifestation with the titanium rainbow quartz really feels like starting to work physically, doing the work now on what you want to manifest, really starting to push for that. And I do like that. Remember, only love is real. You're doing it from a place of love in your heart and not from any other place of shadow or self-doubt or fear. You're doing it from a place of love. Your journey, your manifestations, then you will get this kind of abundance at the end, or during you'll see the abundance as it comes in, because we don't just get like a huge abundance all at once, right? We don't just, unless someone wins lotto, but like we don't just get the 10 of cups. We've worked on it. We've seen the 10 of cups grow and grow and grow, and then we can celebrate it. Celebrate it cup by cup. And that might be a new beginning for you in some sense. Whether this is like a new study, a new connection, a new friendship group, a new faith, new spirituality, then this is your, I guess, tick to start doing that if you feel called to. I just want to see what else they say about the Black Madonna. The message in the book for the Black Madonna is, this is the moment of stillness before the new. Prepare yourself for the journey, take a breath, and jump into the unknown. I'm going to read just the little section on the love. So it says, sit with and hold space for those you love who are struggling or hurting. Check in with loved ones and let them know you are there. Just know that maybe this isn't your connection at all. Maybe this is, you are seeing this kind of connection that with some other people, and you're kind of keeping out of it in some sense. You want happy families, right? So potentially this is jump into that kind of mediator if you feel called to it in some sense. Obviously you have to be careful of how you approach this, but maybe it's passing on the same kind of teachings that you have learnt over the years, or how you understand or what you see, and start talking to that. It could be more in regards to that if this doesn't resonate into your connections or life right now. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be a connection, but the Lovers card is generally quite strong. It's just right in the center, like center-ish, I guess, of the reading. I do want to say this just feels like a lot to experience and a lot more out there in the world for you to experience. If you expect the best, you kind of get the best. If you manifest the best and start working towards that, you get that best. It doesn't mean it's going to be simple. Sometimes it's hard, especially with like the example I used at the start. It's hard to move away from close ones, from friends and family. It's hard to take that first step and get out there. But once the first step is done, the rest of the path is clear. So you can start, moving how you want to on your journey. There's not just a straight line. It's just the first step leads to multiple steps in the future. And that's exactly what I see for you, partner, before. So thank you very much for being here. Take care of yourself this 2023. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the content. Otherwise, take care of yourself again, and I will see you in the next video.